Hello, live with ArchieLuxury, and today's topic is what's the story on selling the IWC Inge? And to those people who haven't been watching the channel, basically I bought an IWC Inge. This is an IWC 3227-01 in steel, and I've had buyer's remorse. Hello, Clyde. How are you?
Good. How about yourself, Archie?
Oh, I've been suffering buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse. And you know how it is when I got a hello, Suckerhorn. How are you?
G'day, Archie, mate. Buyer's remorse, is it?
Yeah, I tell you what's happened is there. I was looking for an up. Okay. Things weren't going too well in my life. Google revenue down. My love life, I got the Dear Archie letter saying that because you're a YouTube celebrity, I've seen some of your videos and the word misogynistic came up. The word monger. I had to explain what is a monger to a to a love interest. It doesn't go. Why is it, Clyde, when you explain what a monger is, it's never really in a positive way, is it? You know, how can you explain what a monger is? I held up examples like the Suckerhorn. I said, this is the monger's monger. And they didn't quite see the funny side to it, Johnny. They didn't see the funny side to it. And then I wanted an up, so I bought this watch. I thought it would solve all my problems, immerse myself in consumerism. I did a swap with some of the ladies' pieces, which haven't been moving anywhere fast. And I got to tell you the truth. I thought the viewers would love the watch. I thought they would say, well done, Archie. Well done. Love it. Great piece. They started attacking me. They just started attacking me. There was no kudos to be. I'm just as bad as the viewers. I need validation. Clyde, I need validation. We all need validation. You understand? No one came and said, great watch, Arch. Love it. It works so well with the collection. They just told me to get rid of it, Clyde. It was bad. It's nasty. And then I've advertised it for sale. You know how many inquiries I've had, Clyde?
No idea.
Yeah.
I guess.
Zero. Absolutely zero. Okay. Absolutely zero interest, zero inquiries. It's looking like I'm going to have to do some videos on how I just can't get the mojo happening. What the story is that I wanted something different for the channel. I always wanted something different because the ratings aren't going well. Everything's down. I thought a new watch will give me an instant hit, okay? An instant up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I had people say to me, what do I think of Inge? What do I think of IWC? It's come back and back and back. I already had Panerai on the channel in the past. I have actually had Panerai. And I also have had, I suppose IWC and Zenith were the two that I hadn't ever had. So when this IWC came up, I jumped at the chance. I thought this is exactly what my channel needs to revitalize. And yes, the PAM, the PAM base 0, isn't it?
Yep.
Beautiful. And so I thought to myself, this could be an ideal situation to bring out some new blood, because people are saying, you always say, Polar Explorer 2, Speedmaster Man on the Moon, and the Reverso. Get some new blood. Say something else. So I got the IWC. I got the IWC. I got it in for the viewers, and no one has come out in support. Very few people, besides Magic Fist I've had so much negativity come out here. Everyone says, oh, they started criticizing the movement. This is an in-house movement, fully in-house. They started criticizing the size. Everything started going wrong there. So then I started to get buyer's remorse. I started to have buyer's remorse. So that is the story. I've tried to sell it on the channel and I have had 0 inquiries. That is the story. You explain it to me, Clyde. What the fuck have I done wrong? Why have I lumbered into this abyss?
You violated your own rules.
What's that?
I'm trying to think of a time that you actually had something good to say about IWC. Was it? You know,
I always said they're a good brand, but I don't think they're very good bang per buck. I said they are lousy bang per buck. A lot of them use ETA generic type movements. I've made this comment. This is what I have said. And then I went and got one because the viewers, they want something different. And I've been slaughtered for it. I've really paid the ultimate price.
It's up for sale, isn't it? You're selling it.
It hadn't had any inquiries, fucker horn. No inquiries.
That'll happen. Be patient.
Well,
your feelings are they? Your feelings that no one likes what you like.
That's it then. I need the validation. I need someone to say to me, hey, you did a good job. Great watch. Love it.
Okay. Archie?
Even my good friend Brian said to me, oh, I hope you didn't buy that thing. This is what he says to me. Brian goes, oh, I hope you did. Oh, no. I lied to him. I said, oh, no, Brian, I didn't buy it. I'm just, trying to do some things to get some more ratings. He goes, yeah, it's far too big. He said, that's the sort of watch someone would buy when they're just starting off in watches. They want something huge and got huge presence. He said, but when you've got mature tastes, you realize it's a clown's watch.
Oh.
So you're going to keep it?
Yeah. Well, I haven't had any bites. No one has said, hey, I haven't had any fucking bites, Clyde. No bites.
I'm reminded of the saying that instant gratification is great if you can wait that long.
Yeah, be patient. Be patient.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Clyde. I do appreciate your support. I will say that much to you. I do appreciate the support.
Mind if I take a call real quick? Sorry,
sure, of course. You take the call. It's a client. He's ringing. He's in trouble. You take it. Hey, Suckerhorn, what's your take on the IWC? Tell me honestly. Tell me the truth. What do you think? Don't beat around the bush. Tell me the truth.
Hell yes.
Good for a bit of footage on the channel, I guess. It beats me why you want to put the dollars behind it. I don't think it's ever going to be a keeper. I never got an answer, to that question last week. But it's going to be a keeper. Doesn't look like it is.
Do you have to go, Clyde? Is there an ambulance you need to chase?
No. I've just got a direct trafficker coming in tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
Why don't you tell them you want your fee in advance and you don't take swaps?
Sure. Yeah. No, absolutely. No, you're right. Absolutely don't take swaps. Were we still talking about the IWC?
Yeah. What the hell went wrong? Why has it been so unpopular on my channel? It's a beautiful watch.
It's okay. Well, actually, Alexander brought up something, I think, on the boards, and he said it was only in production run for a short amount of time because ETA basically hit IWC with either a cease and desist or a low-key lawsuit saying, quit copying our movement. Is that correct or not?
Well, it was also very expensive. It was a very expensive watch. I haven't heard that about the lawsuit. No, I haven't heard that. I'll have to research that.
How much
Interestingly,
was the MSRP? Oh, go ahead.
interestingly enough, not one part of this watch, the movement, can be swapped with the ETA Value 7750, which it was. They based the base plate on. It's got a special proprietary winding system, the pendulum winding system. It's got a shock absorber.
Every time it plays up, it's back to IWC for service. Right?
Well, most watches are like that, John. That's nothing special. But the truth is that it was a great watch. It was a little bit expensive. So the model that came after it was a little bit smaller, 40 mil instead of 42.5. It had the ETA movement. This uses an 8011110 movement. The new one uses a 30110 movement, which is an ETA based movement. It was cheaper. What was
the MSRP of the watch when it first
about
sold?
$10,000, 8,000 US.
Okay.
It was 855,000 yen. This is it came out of Japan. 855,000 yen, which is roughly for US dollars. 100 yen is $1 US. So about 8,500 US dollars. It's fucking expensive. It was very expensive.
And it lost a lot of value.
Well, a lot of things lose a lot of value. Have you ever bought a new car?
No, yeah. When I have to.
Look, it only loses value if look, there are certain brands that do lose a bit. IWC's actually got a very big German following, the Germans.
Yes.
I've heard of the Germans, yes.
Yes. They're very popular in Germany, IWC. Very, very popular.
They had a party for 12 years one time.
That's right. Yes, and they had the most efficient diesel engine in the world.
Ooh, let's both back away from this one. Anyway, yes, but didn't the IWC? So if it went from 10,000 to what you got it for, isn't that like an enormous, ginormous hit?
Well, it is 10 years old.
Okay. Well, and like I said, I know any brand, if you buy it brand new, it'll take a dip in value and then start to go back up.
Yeah, besides Rolex. Rolex is probably your most bulletproof thing,
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I've always said IWC is not very good bang per buck. They lose a lot. I've said this. This is my own rules. My own rules. I've preached to the converted, and I don't know what to say. Tell me this, Clyde. Do you like the styling of it? Yes or no? Forget the business end, the pointy end of it. Did you like the styling of it? Yes or no, Clyde? No, I want to show you some size comparison here. Look at this.
No, to be honest, I'm not. Yes.
IWC, and then I've got a Breitling dinner plate. Look at the progression there.
Absolutely. Actually, I saw another Explorer 2 in the wild.
Yes. Black or white?
Black.
And this is a professional contact, Clyde?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Another lawyer?
Absolutely.
And what did he say? Did you say nice X2? Did you say that?
Absolutely.
And what did he say?
We talked about it. Of course, he's wanting a sea dweller.
Ah. Pre-ceramic or ceramic?
Probably. Well, he didn't say specifically. He didn't say the new one. I don't think he knew enough to know about the new one. So, yeah, I like my Polar Explorer, and one of the things that occurred to me about it, why I think a lot of people may not like it, and tell me, Pon, if you agree with this one.
Yes.
Well, and like they're right next to each other. I want to make sure my deluxe ArchieLuxury stand doesn't fall over with my thousands of dollars worth of watches. Of course, same movement as I want to make sure I'm holding them up the right way, as the old GMT1. You know, basically the same movement.
Actually, I think it's got the same movement as the GMT2 because the GMT1 doesn't have an independently adjustable 24-hour hand.
I believe, yeah. Actually, I think you're right about that. That uses the bezel more.
Yeah,
But,
whereas GMT2
GMT2
has the same movement as the Explorer 2 because it's independently. I know what you're saying. Look, I got to tell you,
Does it make you feel better about the IWC? Does it make you feel better about the IWC? Looking at them? No, really.
It could suit you,
why
John.
would you buy that? What? You never consult. This is one of the only things you've never consulted me in buying that IWC. I can't recall any phone calls saying, "Oh, look, John, I got an IWC."
I thought
So
it would be
what?
good for the channel. I thought it would be good for the channel. Bring it on. It'll be good for the channel. People will love it. And I could get that sports segment I'm missing out on.
Well, maybe you could make a new playlist. Errors I have made.
Errors I have made,
like
yes.
Start a new playlist. Yeah.
Big one.
Move on. Christ.
Yeah, $4,100 I want for the IWC. But I think the other thing is too, I've overpriced because you got to understand this IWC's complete box papers, everything. It's got the original receipt, and it's just come back from a full IWC overhaul and service.
Tell me that the Brettlings, someone's just lending it to you to take some pictures, please. Don't tell me you bought them.
Yeah, no. I couldn't afford to.
I couldn't afford to. You're right,
and I've heard all sorts of accusations and rumors flying on the board. You're selling on a consignment for somebody else. All sorts of conspiracies.
Yeah, I wish that was the case.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. What's gone wrong with the IWC? I don't know why they're unsellable. What the fuck's gone wrong there? Why?
Oh, now Magic Fist says sell the IWC and buy a Royal Oak.
That's so much more money, but you know. Yeah.
Oh, I realize the Royal Oak has, you know, its status and has a lot of history. It just never really tripped my trigger. So to me, even I understand the lineage or the correlation. I understand your ingeneur is a cousin to the Royal Oak.
Yes,
but it's like the fat ugly cousin of the Royal Oak.
I got to tell you the truth there. I think I made a mistake. I think I pulled the trigger on the wrong piece, and I paid high because I actually really loved this watch when I saw it. And I'm not getting the validation from the fans, viewers, and friends I'm not getting the validation I desperately need. I think the problem is when you look to materialism to fill a gap in your life, it never works out.
Not if you're going to buy an IWC, that's for sure.
I can't believe, I warned people about this. I said they were never good bang per buck. They lose a lot.
You look for fulfillment in life by buying an IWC.
That's correct.
Me, aren't you?
No, I'm not kidding you, John. My life has been pretty bad lately. I've had some really bad things happen to me. And I got to tell you the truth there. The weight loss program's not working. I've had problems, all sorts of problems. My channel revenue's down. My relationships, I had the Dear Archie letter where she said to me, what's a manga? Who's John Suckerhorn? And the word misogynistic came up, and I just knew that can't be a good way to start a new relationship with somebody, can it?
Look, all you have to do is find a woman with even lower self-esteem.
Actually, I prefer to find women who don't speak any English at all. Then we don't normally get into this sort of level of conversation.
Good move.
Preferably one without an internet connection.
Yes, that's exactly it. Clyde, it's been a disaster. It's this IWC. What do you think? Really, is it that bad? No, seriously. Let's not. I will tell you honestly. Now, there's not many people watching this thing here. I will tell you honestly what I paid for it. Now, I've done a swap, but if we if we look at the swapped goods, you can tell me what you think. I actually paid for this piece, just going on to, I paid $3,744 for the watch.
Aussie or American?
American.
Oh, okay.
Now, you got to remember, full box papers. It's even got the original sales receipt, got all the tags, and it's just come back from a $1,000 overhaul from IWC.
Okay. But, and like I said, I realize where you're coming from because thankfully I was thinking about getting a chick Rolex myself as an investment. Fortunately, I had people, my Uber collector Rolex guy over in Lake Tenkiller talked me out of it and said that women's Rolexes are poison. But you also took the 2 women's Rolexes and you got wholesale for them, and then you bought the IWC for retail, right?
That's correct.
Also violating people law, your own people law.
Yes. That's exactly. Well, I kind of wanted this IWC. It was so cool. I thought it was so beautiful.
Well, if you like it, then fuck everybody else.
Yeah, at the time, this was before I had the buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse again. Here we go.
Okay, number 1, you need to have consistency in your channel. So I want you to say buyer's remorse about 19 more times, and me and John will sneak off and have a cup of coffee or a cigarette or something like that.
I'm feeling very down about this.
Someone said the other day in a video, he said it 33 times. 33 times in one video the other day. They actually said they counted it.
Yep.
They were apologetic. So it was okay. It was 33, wasn't it?
I think so. It was, yeah. And basically said, this is pathetic. He said, the fact that I'm counting it is pathetic.
Yeah, something like that.
But if you like it, I mean, yeah, flip it if you can.
I only like it if other people like it.
Oh, you're joking.
I don't think he is.
You're joking. Yeah, I only like it if other people like it. Oh,
well,
God.
Well, one of the things I was noticing, it seems
Actually,
like...
no, I must admit there, John, I got to be honest with you. You're right. I like things that people don't like.
Contrarian.
Yeah. Look, I got to be completely frank and honest with you there. This watch itself, I wanted something completely different, right? I possibly paid a little bit more than I should have for it, but I've been offered low 4s from an Aussie dealer in Melbourne.
Take it.
Yep.
Take it.
Then you can do 3 or 4.
Bring him up now.
Yeah.
Sell it. What, low 4s, Aussie or American?
Aussie.
Ooh.
So it's not. It's not that bad a thing to have bought. You know, it's still.
Well, you would have taken it up the rear on the women's watches anyway, trying to get rid of them or trying to liquidate them. So, okay, it all evens out, and you got to do a few videos about it. You really couldn't have done videos about women's Rolexes. You got to try something else, and you can maybe do some footage about what you learned.
I did get a phone call from him last week as well.
From who?
The guy I did the swaps with.
Yeah, when are you paying?
Okay. Scott?
And what he said to me was, he said, maybe if you want those women's ones back, I don't mind.
No.
What does that mean?
Oh, he's got a problem too.
Yep.
He's got a problem too, I'd say Arch. You know, say no. Say no, you're quite happy. You're quite happy with the deal.
Well, I tell you what, we'll just go back to square one. Give me the watch, give me the women's Rolexes back. I'll give you the IWC, and you can refund everything. You know, keep $50 for your trouble. That would be the way to do it. Say all or nothing.
Yeah, I bought this because I thought it would bring in some new crowd of real hipster IWC wearers. See, they tend to be very Germanic, the IWC wearers. They're
you
like
need a fat wrist though, don't you? You gotta have a fat wrist to wear them. Eh?
It's I got to tell you the truth there. It's
What are you doing down there?
buyer's remorse. It's buyer's remorse. I've got buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse. And I'm feeling really low at the moment. I'm feeling really down, okay? I'm feeling really bad. How can I get over buyer's remorse? Is there a remedy?
Yeah.
I was offered a swap, but I was offered a swap with the Breitling guy.
For that one.
A swap for what?
For that one?
Yeah.
What do you
If you have that one, we're going to have a fucking intervention. Do you understand me? No.
What are you thinking? Yeah, like
I don't think
like,
he is.
swap. He wants to swap that for what? The IWC.
Yes.
And
It's on
what do you
rubber.
swap
I
the
love
IWC?
rubber. You know I love rubber, guys.
Oh yeah, but
Do you know what else has rubber bracelets?
What's that? Hand gloves. What?
Panerai.
yeah.
Would you consider a swap, Clive?
No. No, and
Not a hard question.
yeah, and like I said, I'm a big beefy Aryan sort anyway, so or Nordic sort, so even still no.
Still no.
What,
Okay.
Swap for the Panerai?
Yeah. No.
Well, I got the Panerai. I got that for a little bit under 3,000.
It's irrelevant
That's
what
fine.
you paid, just like it's irrelevant what I paid. That has nothing to do with it.
Okay. You want to play a quick game?
Sure.
No.
It's called Fuck, Marry, Kill Horology Edition. You've heard of the game Fuck, Marry, Kill, right?
Yes. It's a great
No.
game.
Okay, well, here's what happens. You basically pick three people. The person say, which one would you fuck, which one would you marry, and which one would you kill, and why? And the fun of the game is the analysis, how they come to the conclusions.
I see.
So, Fuck, Marry, Kill Horology Edition is, let me think about this. Okay, your friend the humble billionaire approaches you and says, hey,
Yes.
I've been hearing about your struggles with the channel, and I want to help you out. I know you have good taste in watches, other than the IWC. And I tell you what, you've got good taste in watches. You're a bargain shopper. So I will buy your entire collection from you for what you paid for it.
Yes.
And you get to keep one.
Yes.
And the reason I'm putting in that, and I want to see what makes which one you pick. Not, when people make a decision, it's number one to avoid a financial loss, and number two is try to make a profit.
Well, out of the Archie 5, I'd have to say I would keep the World Time, the most valuable, most expensive. It's horology. It's beautiful. It's absolutely everything you could possibly want. It's a complicated Patek watch.
That'd be a good deal, wouldn't it? That everything you'd paid for the watches you have in the Archie 5.
Yeah.
Keep the World Time. Yeah, and you get the balance.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. You wouldn't worry about the suitcase boxes then, wouldn't it? You wouldn't worry about a box or a suitcase then. You'd just be off the cash.
Yes, that's exactly it. But I got to tell you the honest truth there. It's this is a hard game to play, because I tell you the problem is that the proviso would probably besides
okay. Part two is the humble billionaire says, no, fuck that. No, I want the Patek. Choose anyone
another
but
one.
So what would be the second one?
Look, I would have to say it would have to be the Reverso.
Interesting. I was not expecting that one.
And the reason why I say that is that that's something I really loved. I remember it was really cool watch. It was a really great watch. I saw it on a friend's wrist. I said, I'll give you $1,000 more than you paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got it. It was just such a beautiful looking thing. That's the reason. That's the reason, guys. That's the reason. So I got to be honest with you. It's something I really loved, and you can put it on a leather strap, a third-party leather strap. It's a real cool watch. I really love that watch. I think that's the one I would go for.
If I bet money on that, I would have lost.
What would you have said? Explorer 2, Polar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
the
thought-
Polar
yeah,
market
I
is
would-
crap.
I would
That's
expect
that. The Polar market is really
I would
low.
expect
You
it
can't
first,
give
though.
those. I don't know why people don't like the Polar. You know that?
Well, here's the thing, though. I think it's the closest thing back to the day. It has one foot in the past. The Polar 2 is probably the closest thing, in my opinion, that Rolex has to their old tool watches of yore. To where it's not the GMT is its glammed up cheerleader sister.
Yes.
It comes in precious metals. It has the big fancy bezel on it. More and more, now with the chrome. I mean, now with the ceramics and everything else, it's more showy. It's more wrist
You're
presence.
right. The Explorer
Polar
2
2
is a tool watch. It goes back to the past. It's a tool watch where all these new things with polished links, brushed, and they're all fucking show queens. They're mamby-pamby dress watches. That's what they are. And I got to tell you the truth there. I got to tell you the truth. I don't care what any of the nasty fuckers say. I love my IWC. I now got seller's remorse. You know that?
You haven't sold it yet.
No, a bit of reverse psychology never hurt anyone. I love the IWC. It's a cool watch. What I love about it is, I tell you what I love about it. It's just beefy. It's chunky. It's just, it's like a AP at a Rolex price. That's what it is. It's like an AP at a Rolex price.
It's an AP that Schwarzenegger would wear.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is. It is. It is. It's a great watch. Great history. IWC is a great company. They're a really cool company. And yeah, no, I've switched. I don't see any problem. I think the IWC is a cool watch. Look.
So you're going to sell the Polar. So you'll sell the Polar Explorer now.
I kind of always liked the Polar Explorer. I don't think I would, because I really do love. I wanted one for years. I got to be honest with you, Clive. I'm getting sick of this Polar Explorer 2. I'm actually getting sick of it.
Put it in the safe for a while.
Yep.
Put that in the safe for a while, Ed, right?
Yeah.
And pull out the man on the moon.
Yeah.
And put that on.
I'm getting sick of that as well. I got to be honest with you. I'm sick of both of those fuckers.
Where the
and go for a trip to Bangers or something.
I got to tell you the truth, boys. I got to tell you the truth. There's not going to be any more travel because I'm not bringing in the coin anymore. Do you understand? The coin isn't coming in.
Good topic. How to get coin in for Archie. New vid.
Okay, guys. Look, I wanted to say something before we go. I want to say something. The IWC, let me just say this to you, okay? You think, Suckerhorn, you said I made a mistake. Is that correct? Tell me what you think. What do you hate about it? Give me 3 things you hate about it. Tell me 3 things you hate about it.
It's too big. It's common. And you could have deployed your money in better ways.
Clyde, what do you hate about it? Clyde, tell me this.
It's an almost Royal Oak. It's an almost in-house movement. And it's an almost good deal.
That's almost a nice thing you just said.
Thanks. I almost appreciate that.
And I got to tell you the truth there. I was just down. Do you understand that? I want you people to realize sometimes I can make poor decisions as well, can't I?
Yeah.
You know?
Have you had your eyes checked yet?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So guys, what's the story? I made a mistake. Okay, the story is I made a mistake. I shouldn't have. I just needed an up, right?
Should have got a Panerai. You should have got a Panerai because
I'll tell you what, I should have put the money into an Explorer 1 36
You
mil
already
doesn't matter.
You already have an Explorer. Well, you already have an Explorer 2. Panerai, if you want people coming to the channel, I know Panerai is currently on a downslope right now, but
Yep.
the Panerai, they're almost like fanatical as Mac users. You would have had Panerai people tuning into the channel.
I've already had Panerai on the past, but I had the wrong one. I had a white dial one.
I'm glad you told me not to get a white dial one. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a very important lesson. You know that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just so.
And now I've also learned never to buy an IWC. Thanks, Pontiff.
Yes, no, that's okay. Look, I didn't listen to my own advice. I said, you know, you're right. I always said they're not very good value for money. I've always said I've never owned an IWC because they aren't very good value for money. They depreciate a lot. They've sort of got a lot of reliance on ETA machines, and they're kind of what a person who's just into buying watches would buy. And I went out and bought one. I can't believe this. Can you believe this? I can't believe it. I just went out there and bought one, and it's just I must have been really, really down. So
well, it seems like a good watch purchase, there has to be left brain, right brain. There has to be logic and emotion. You just got swept away by the emotion of the piece. You approached it emotionally, kind of like a chick, but that's another video, instead of logically. The right brain can kick in and say, back the truck up.
You're right.
I'd like to hear your exact definition on what a shitter is precisely.
A shitter.
Shitter. Because so far it appears to be kind of nebulous. And it looks
Let's make another video. Let's make another video. What is a shitter wristwatch?
I would like that.
Okay, that's the next topic. Stay tuned. We're going to cut this now, Clive. We're cutting it now.